Good morning, everyone. Trailblazers, visionaries, rule rewriters, thank you for being here today. I look around this room and I see something incredible. I see people who are ready to break free, ready to redefine their lives, to rewrite the rules. I see people who have a vision inside them, a vision of success that doesn't fit the mold, a vision that's bold, unique, and entirely their own. And I'm here to tell something that's going to set your heart on fire. You don't have to follow the rules. You don't have to live by someone else's definition of success. You can rewrite the rules and create success on your terms. Today, we're going to talk about how you can break free from society's expectations, how you can define success for yourself, and how you can build a life that's authentically, unapologetically yours. Let's start with a simple truth. The rules were made by someone else. The rules about what success looks like. Go to school, get a degree, climb the corporate ladder, buy a house, retire at 65. Those rules were written by people who aren't you. They were written for a different time, a different world, a different set of dreams. But here's the thing about the rules. They're not set in stone. They're not your destiny. They're just a starting point. A starting point you can rewrite. A starting point can redefine. A starting point you can reject. History is full of people who rewrote the rules, who created success on their terms. And when you rewrite the rules, you don't just build a life you love. You show the world what's possible when you dare to be different. What does it mean to rewrite the rules? It means refusing to let society's expectations dictate your path. It means looking at the traditional markers of success, money, status, titles, and asking, is this what I really want? It means defining success on your terms, based on your values, your passions, your vision for a meaningful life. Rewriting the rules is about creating a life that feels right for you, even if it looks different from everyone else's. It's about having the courage to say, this is my success, my way. And when you rewrite the rules, you don't just find success, you find fulfillment. You don't just achieve goals, you create a legacy that's uniquely yours. I want you to think about a time in your life when you felt trapped by the rules. Maybe it was the time you chose a career path because it was safe, even though it didn't light you up inside. Maybe it was the time you stayed in a job you hated because society told you that's what success looks like. Maybe it was the time you held back from pursuing a passion, art, travel, entrepreneurship, because the rules said it wasn't practical. Do you remember how it felt? Do you remember the frustration, the emptiness, the feeling of living someone else's life? Now think about what happened when you started to rewrite the rules. Did you stay stuck or did you break free? Did you follow the script or did you create success on your terms? Let me tell you a story about someone who rewrote the rules, a woman named Sarah Blakely. Sarah was working as a door-to-door salesperson, selling fax machines when she had an idea. She wanted to create a new type of undergarment that would smooth out panty lines under white pants. She had no background in fashion, no business degree, and no connections in the industry. The rules said she should stick to her day job, that starting a business without experience was a recipe for failure. But Sarah decided to rewrite the rules. She invested her life savings of $5,000, created a prototype by cutting the feet off a pair of pantyhose, and pitched her idea to manufacturers. She faced rejection after rejection, but she kept going. In 2000, she launched Spanx, a company that revolutionized the shapewear industry. Today, Sarah Blakely is a billionaire, and Spanx is a household name. Why? Because Sarah rewrote the rules, because she created success on her terms. Let's dive deeper into Sarah's story, because there's so much we can learn from her journey. Imagine being Sarah Blakely, standing in front of a mirror, cutting up pantyhose with a pair of scissors, dreaming of a product that doesn't exist yet. Imagine the rules. You're up against society, telling you to stay in your lane. Manufacturers laughing at your idea, the lack of resources, threatening to stop you. And yet, Sarah didn't let the rules define her. She'd drive hours to meet with factory owners, pitching her idea with passion and persistence. She'd sell her product out of her apartment, packing orders herself, building her business from the ground up. She'd ignore the naysayers who said a woman with no experience couldn't succeed in fashion. And because she rewrote the rules, she didn't just create a product, she created a movement. She showed the world that success doesn't have to follow a script when you define it on your terms. Now, you might be thinking, that's an incredible story, but I'm no Sarah Blakely. I don't have that kind of vision or opportunity. Let me stop you right there. You don't need to be Sarah Blakely to rewrite the rules. You don't need a billion-dollar idea or a global stage. Rewriting the rules is personal. It's about the life you want to live. Maybe your success is leaving a high-paying job to become a teacher because that's where your heart is. Maybe your success is choosing to live minimally and travel the world, even if society says you should settle down. Maybe your success is building a small business that supports your family, even if it doesn't make you a millionaire. Whatever it is, it's yours. And when you rewrite the rules, you create success on your terms. I've seen the power of rewriting the rules in my own life. A few years ago, I was working in a corporate job that looked successful on paper, good salary, stable hours, and clear career path. But I was miserable. I'd sit in meetings, feeling like I was living someone else's life, following rules that didn't align with my values. I wanted to be a life coach to help people find their purpose, but the rules said I should stay where I was, that leaving a good job was risky. But I decided to rewrite the rules. I quit my job, enrolled in a coaching program, and started my own practice. It wasn't easy. I faced financial uncertainty, self-doubt, and criticism from others, but I kept going, building a business that felt meaningful to me. Today, I'm living my dream, helping others rewrite their own rules. Why? Because I rewrote the rules, because I created success on my terms. Let's talk about why rewriting the rules matters. In a world that's full of expectations, rewriting the rules is your greatest act of freedom. It's what sets you apart. It's what makes you. You, when you rewrite the rules, you give yourself permission to dream differently, to chase a vision of success that's yours, not someone else's. You give yourself permission to live a life of authenticity, of passion, of purpose. And when you rewrite the rules, you inspire others to do the same. You show them that success doesn't have to look the same for everyone. You become a trailblazer, a reminder that we can all create a life that's true to who we are. Let me tell you about another person who rewrote the rules. A man named Pharrell Williams. Pharrell grew up in a housing project in Virginia Beach, where the rules said he should follow a traditional path to success. Get a stable job, stay out of trouble, keep his head down. But Pharrell had a passion for music, and he decided to rewrite the rules. He started producing beats with his friend Chad Hugo, forming the duo The Neptunes. They faced countless rejections, but Pharrell kept pushing, creating a unique sound that didn't fit the mold of mainstream music. In the early 2000s, the Neptunes became one of the most successful production teams in the world, working with artists like Jay-Z and Britney Spears. Pharrell went on to have a solo career, releasing hits like Happy, and even ventured into fashion and philanthropy. Why? Because Pharrell rewrote the rules. Because he created success on his terms. Let's dive deeper into Pharrell's story, because there's so much we can learn from his journey. Imagine Pharrell Williams growing up in a tough neighborhood, surrounded by rules that say you'll never make it big. Imagine the pressure to conform, the lack of resources, the skepticism from those around you. And yet, Pharrell didn't let the rules stop him. He'd spend hours in his bedroom, making beats on a cheap keyboard, dreaming of a sound that no one had heard before. He'd face rejection from record labels, but he'd keep creating, keep innovating, keep believing in his vision. He'd take risks, blending genres, breaking boundaries, creating music defied expectations. And because he rewrote the rules, he didn't just succeed in music, he redefined what success could look like. He showed the world that you can create a legacy when you define success on your terms. So how do you rewrite the rules? How do you create success on your terms? Let me give you 3 practical steps to help you get started. Step 1, define your own success. Stop measuring your life by someone else's ruler. Take a moment to ask yourself, what does success mean to me? Is it financial freedom? Is it time with your family? Is it making a difference in your community? Define success on your terms, based on your values, your passions, your vision. Because when you define your own success, you take away the power of society's rules to limit you. You give yourself the power to create a life that's yours. Step 2, break the mold with bold action. Rewriting the rules isn't just about thinking differently. It's about acting differently. So commit to taking bold action, even when it scares you, even when it goes against the grain. If your definition of success means starting a business, take the first step today. If it means pursuing a passion, make time for it, even if it's unconventional. If it means walking away from a path that doesn't serve you, do it with courage. Every bold action you take rewrites the rules. Every bold action you take brings you closer to success on your terms. Step 3, surround yourself with rule rewriters. You can't rewrite the rules if you're surrounded by people who cling to the old ones. So find your tribe, your dreamers, your innovators, your fellow trailblazers. Surround yourself with people who have rewritten the rules, who've created success on their terms, who remind you that you can do it too, and be that person for someone else. Because when we rewrite the rules together, we create a world where everyone can live authentically. Let me tell you about a woman I met named Aisha, a graphic designer from Dubai. Aisha grew up in a family where the rules were clear. Get a stable job as a doctor or engineer, marry young, and prioritize family over career. But Aisha loved art, and she dreamed of a creative career. The rules said her passion wasn't practical, that she'd never make a living as an artist. But Aisha decided to rewrite the rules. She defined her own success. She wanted a career that let her express her creativity. She took bold action. She started freelancing, building a portfolio, even when her family disapproved. She surrounded herself with rule rewriters, other artists who supported her vision, mentors who guided her growth. Today, Aisha runs a successful design studio, creating art that inspires others. Aisha rewrote the rules because she created success on her terms. I want you to imagine something with me. Imagine a life where you've rewritten the rules. Imagine waking up every day knowing that you're living success on your terms, that your life aligns with your values, your passions, your vision. Imagine the freedom you'll feel, the joy you'll have, the impact you'll make. Imagine looking back on your life and saying, I didn't follow the rules, I rewrote them, and I created success on my terms. That life is not a fantasy. That life is yours for the taking. All you have to do is rewrite the rules. Let's take a moment to reflect. I want you to close your eyes for a second and think about a rule you've been following that doesn't serve you. What is it? What's the expectation that's holding you back? Picture that rule in your mind. Now picture yourself rewriting it, breaking free from the mold, defining success on your terms, creating a life that's yours. Picture the person you'll become, the confidence you'll feel, the fulfillment you'll claim, the legacy you'll leave. How does that feel? That feeling, that's the power of rewriting the rules. That's what it means to create success on your terms. Let me share one more story. A story about a man named Elon Musk. Elon Musk grew up in South Africa, where the rules said he should follow a conventional path, get a stable job, build a predictable life. But Elon had bigger dreams. He wanted to change the world through technology. The rules said his ideas were too ambitious. Electric cars, reusable rockets, colonizing Mars. But Elon decided to rewrite the rules. He moved to the US, started companies like Tesla and SpaceX. and faced countless failures along the way. He was told electric cars wouldn't sell, that private space travel was impossible. But Elon kept going, defining success on his terms. Innovation, impact, a better future. Today, Tesla is a leader in electric vehicles, and SpaceX has made history with reusable rockets. Why? Because Elon rewrote the rules. Because he created success on his terms. So today, I'm asking you to make a commitment to yourself, to your dreams, to the life you want to live. Commit to rewriting the rules, no matter how rigid they seem. Commit to defining success on your terms, no matter what others say. Commit to building a life that's yours, no matter how different it looks. Because I promise you, when you rewrite the rules, you become unstoppable. You become a creator of your own destiny. You become the person you were always meant to be. The world is waiting for you. Your vision is waiting for you. The rules are waiting for you to rewrite them. So go out there, rewrite the rules, create success on your terms, and watch how you become everything you were born to be. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Success Mindset.